I happen to be a silly pseudonym. Alright, we're going to try... Yes, indeed. We're going to try our good friend Leviathan again with Ataraxia, so we can keep that hyper boost going all the time. Ideally. More hull would be nice. Some rampages would be good. Improved thrust is something we're interested in. Start with the hull, I think. We do want the efficiency. Do want armor. Do want to get rid of our shield. More thrust is fine. If it weren't for that rebuke, I would take this winnow. I do want that rebuke. 20 points, you say? We want that and we want this. Take the bravado first. Force shielding. Force armor. Things we don't want. There we go. Rapid reconstruction. I do want that, but I also want that skirmish for the crash damage. Let's pick that up and see how well we get along. We've tried a build similar to this already, but I always do enjoy returning to a good old-fashioned Leviathan build. Leviathan, of course, runs into the normal problems that enemies can do a lot of damage to the segments, even with the bonus armor you get. Tracers, celestial types. There's just far too many ways for us to take a lot of damage if we're unlucky. Like these beam weapons, for example. Can't use an upgrade yet, but I am tempted to take that extra channeling. Or take that channeling for the extra armor. Spitfire's another type of enemy we really don't like to see because of that weapon right there. Thankfully, we have our hyper boost to help mitigate it, but even so, it's something of an issue. Not the smartest thing to do, but we survived, so that's the important part. What I would really love is a explosive growth into grandeur. I would love to see a grandeur just to get really large. Wouldn't mind getting down to blink or strafe, but blink is a little easier to get to from here, from our current mod situation. Okay. Boop. Some way, somehow. There we go. We'll get through that shield. Always nice to enjoy the benefits of hyper boost. All that extra regeneration. It is kind of it to provide. More fun enemies. Yeah, we do have a little bit of an issue maneuvering. Scion's going to be another fun one. Scion with those spinning orbs, the lance beam, singularity. Scion, not a fan of this body type. Yep, you didn't have to bounce off. Bulwark, another fun one. Right, I'm gonna want you to, get close. You are supposed to die as well. That's fine. I do want that channeling, and I also want this deadly wake. Blitz is fine. We'll take the channeling. Don't really want the spontaneous generation. Once again, this winnow would be good if not for things like the kinetic boost and the deadly wake. I will take the deadly wake. That is definitely something we want. Hidden power. We haven't used our weapon yet. That will be a nice boost for us, both in terms of defense and offense. That is going to be a nasty retribution, and I'm glad we killed you before you could trigger it. Glad to get an armor fragment as well. Not glad to see a champion serpent here with all those beam weapons. Okay, don't mind me. Just trying to get in here and spin to win. There we are. Trying to protect the more vulnerable head section, but easier said than done in certain conditions. Well, that wasn't what it was supposed to do. That was supposed to do it all. Alright, let's go over here then. Chase that. Excellent. Always nice when people follow instructions. Alright, hidden power. 40% more global damage, 5% more hull. Don't care about the shield stuff, but we do like the thrust. And faster regeneration. It removes weapon and construct mods from the upgrade pool. And our weapon no longer has any effect whatsoever. That should be a very beneficial change for us. Since we weren't using our weapon anyway, this way we get some extra damage, and some extra healing, and some extra thrust. Which we need because tracers are here. And tracers are annoying. If a Scion shows up, I think I just run right into it. I really don't know what else to do. How in the world do we deal with this? Guess like that. We just get close to it and hope that's good enough. Now the fun part begins, and by fun I mean horrifying. Okay, so... Nope, don't want to stay in that. We take so much damage if we stay inside those spheres for very long. Alright, I'm going to try to just loop around and... Oh, actually loop into it. There we go. Feels like it took me forever to remember the names of the boss units we already had in the game, and then they had to go add 3 more that I need to remember. Very rude of them, I'd say. They should have just called them the other boss names, but gave them another number. So we have Seraph 1 and Scion 2. That can be Scion 2. Can we all agree on that? That will be Scion 2. Just because they both have spinny little orby things. Adrenal module is interesting, the extra burn damage from incandescence is nice, and this kinetic boost is also pretty good. We'll try it out. Get a little extra damage so we can go charge into enemies and hope that'll be enough to actually offset all the insane amount of damage that we'll take charging into enemies. I'm not exactly counting on it, but one can dream. Okay, that one wasn't too terrible. Spitfires, on the hand, are terrible. Just awful. Okay, just gonna run to you, thank you. Okay, got rid of one of you fairly quickly. That's good to do. I did blow up those, get another level up. I do want that terminate. That will help very much against bosses, but I think I should take the blink for maneuverability. Is that the smart thing to do? I don't know. Accidentally hit the fire button. Used up all my armor as a rebuke attack. Probably not what I want to do in most situations. Might be useful against these things, though. Oh, that one went well. What is that, boss? That's going to be Seraph 2, I think. They're both blue. They both have summoning sort of abilities. I think it's going to be Seraph 2. Goodbye, mines. Good. Now, another chance of the terminate, and I do think I take it this time. It's not going to be as useful against weaker enemies, but against your scions, your seraphs, your bosses, your juggernauts, bulwarks, it could be the difference between surviving and not surviving. Speaking of which, hello, Scion. Lovely to see you. Only thing I miss about the new Ataraxia is the movement of the larger attraction radius over to Last Stand. It makes sense thematically, but it was sure nice to have on Ataraxia. Since I rarely feel like I can bother to spend a point on Last Stand, usually by the time you're going to die, being reborn at lower health is probably just going to get you killed a few seconds later anyway. Not exactly something I generally feel like prioritizing. Want to be in the middle of your beam attack? Please cease and desist. I did not sign the waiver to appear in this photograph. Please remove it. That's an interesting thing that more and more has become an issue in today's society. It wasn't as important a matter. Oh dear, that's not where I want to be. Not where I want to be at all. It was not as important a matter when photographs were rare, but it has certainly become more and more of an issue now that we have cameras on our phone, among other places. You again. Okay, maybe this will be a little easier now that we have blink to get us about. More thrust is good, more burn damage is good. Adrenal module is pretty good too, though. I'll take that. Do a little more damage the more damage we are. Combine that with the bonuses we get from hidden power, and it could add up to something decently significant. Alright, just need you all to, yeah, do that number. Okay, that wasn't the smartest of maneuvering, but we survived. They didn't, by and large. Perhaps that's good enough. Almost there. 21. Burn damage would be nice. Blitz is a little extra damage. Could just take a rampage for more damage and hull. Could take civilization for more thrust. Let's take a rampage. Just one. One's generally helpful, it feels like, on the Leviathan. I almost called it Serpent. But no, that's the other one. Words, do they have meanings? Can I speak coherently for longer than 30 seconds? The world may never know. Probably not when recording, that's for certain. Ah, there we are. Not exactly what I was hoping for, but we'll take it. Well, we got half of you. Good shot, Kami, good shot. Excellent maneuvering. Line them up nicely and neatly. Okay, you need to get out here so I can actually attack these enemies. Oh, alright, Bulwark. This is going to be, as I say, either very quick or very bad for us. But thankfully it turned to be very quick. Oh, technically I guess it could be both. Bad and quick, but usually one or the other. Okay, easy enough. Just bounce off that rock. Another rampage. Questionable. It's more damage, more hull, more shields. Well, not more shields. Now that we have a rampage, the Scorching Wake is somewhat interesting, but again, not exactly what I was hoping for. I was hoping for something like Grandeur. But just take the Slipstream. Civilization's nice. Yeah, burn damage would be helpful. Could take burn damage, incandescence I should say, down to corrosion and purification. Wouldn't be that big a deal for us. Deadly Wake's the only source of burn damage we have. I'll just take another rampage. What's the worst that could happen? I've been told I can explode. Ah well. At least I can go fairly quickly. Probably get myself killed in the process, but... Yep, I want you to chase me down. Excellent. Much appreciated. Couldn't have done better if I tried myself. Fight the little bounce around. There we go. Barely got that convoy. Do not want a beam weapon firing serpent to get that shielding. Ouch, pain, ouch, pain, ouch. Okay, that part's not gonna be too bad. Boom. Not terrible. Not terrible at all. Another level. No idea what I want. Burn damage. Could get that last stand to get stabilization. Fine, we'll take the last stand. I was talking about how I didn't find it very useful or interesting, except for the attraction radius increase. So let's give it a shot. Let it prove itself. Once again, don't like beam weapons. Don't like juggernauts either. Don't like singularities either. The who's who of people we don't like. Feel like I'm going back to a family reunion. Yep, that's gonna be an issue. That's a bit of an issue. Nope, don't fall into the singularity again. Nope, don't do it. Okay, it's fine, everything's fine. So the part where it's not in fact fine. Still a million score. That's not terrible. All things considered. Scion and Celestial. Pretty much just have to get lucky with that Scion and we'll be fine. As long as we get lucky every time with our positioning and kill them before they can really get that lance going, we shouldn't have any major difficulties. That's, can't help but notice that that is a lot of enemies firing a lot of bullets. Okay, you need to go away. Some people do not understand when they have worn out their welcome. Again, not the best choices. With Rampage, he just does nothing. Blitz is a little initial damage, but only initial. More burn damage, don't need the hypermetabolism, I don't think. Could just get stabilization for a little bit more thrust and control. Let's give it a go. What's the worst that could happen? I am once again being told I could explode. I see. We'll just try to avoid it. Good timing. Always want summoners to appear right in the middle of a black hole. Best place to summon more units. That's what I've always said. Don't let those anti-singularities tell you otherwise. Long-range discrimination against black holes means they often don't get picked for those sorts of jobs. Just because they utterly crush everything within to an unknown but apparently infinitesimally infinite point. And really, why would that be a reason to think ill of anyone? Doop-de-doop. Okay, B weapon, B weapon, B weapon. That's a comet. As long as it stays on its side and I stay on my side, we're good to go. As usual, I sometimes wonder if something like a rupture would be good to get before going down this path, but of course with Ataraxia that was never really an option if we wanted to keep Hyperboost active all the time. Not realistically. And I value hidden power far too much to avoid it. Just to take 3 more weapon mods for a weapon we're not going to use anymore. Just doesn't seem like the math would work out. Yeah, that's fine. We'll just go around. Okay, just need more of you to die. Stabilization has been helpful in terms of giving me a little bit more control of this madness. Agility is interesting. It can be helpful, but it's also something that takes me time to get used to. I don't know if I want it now. Could just get more burn damage. Or we could get the blitz. I guess we just take the burn damage and run. Unfortunately, we might take a lot of burn damage thanks to these Celestials. But thankfully not that much. Hello, Warbringer. Goodbye, Warbringer. Sorry you couldn't stay to chat a bit longer. Alright, Singularity. Oh, joy, a Scion. Good enough. No grandeurs, though. Disappointed by that still. It's so much more fun when you're a giant snake. Also, easier to get killed, I fully admit. Easier to just get squished or burned to death by a tracer round or any number of other things, but having a big snake is pretty enjoyable. Do not take that phrase out of context. Nope. You're supposed to have died from that. Pardon me. There we go. Order restored to the universe. Ooh, not another scion. Why, though? Oh dear. That almost killed us. But we killed the scion first, so all's well that ends well. Kind of. Another juggernauts. Yep, come back here. Spin wheel. Spin wheel, pinwheel, pinwheel. Other spin wheel. The toughest enemy of the game. One single pinwheel. Come back here. There we go. $300, you say? Alright, one more down. One more of you down. There we are. Deadly Wake is useful for that sort of thing. Weak enemies that just seem to maneuver right out of the way. Yeah, as long as your Deadly Wake can get to them, they'll die fairly quickly in most circumstances. Oh, hello? Yep, don't want that. No, thank you. Yep, you can detonate whenever you wish. And I will happily let you do so. Don't think I want this. I like things being close together. We just take the Scorching Wake. We'll always have it active thanks to Rampage. It's not going to be very big because of, well, it's just one and we're often not going full speed ahead. But it does a little extra burn damage every now and again. Yeah, I'm trying to think, when do I like bar sights best? Probably when you have something like a railgun or salvo, something with range, easy aim at distance, stuff like that. I don't think you'd be as interested with a short-range weapon, your pulse, that sort of thing. Alright, this is awkward. Would you mind just one of you turning in one direction? Okay, good. Oh yeah, that's what I'm worried about. Another bulwark, and this time with a scion. That's another thing up. There's Last Stand. We should have died, but yet we live. Thanks to the wonders of Last Stand. Of course, we also have only 40% of our hull, which also means we have drastically reduced hull regeneration, since regeneration is in part based on, yeah, max HP. So, again, Last Stand, very rarely all that useful, it feels like to me. But so it goes. Still, pretty fun run. Got a bit further than I thought. I thought maybe 1.25, 1.5 million. Actually made 1.75. Pretty good. Again, I really wish I could replace one of these rampages with a grandeur. Or even better yet, explosive growth grandeur. Just to get an even bigger Leviathan going. But what we had was pretty good. We did have the bravado, which improved how many seconds we had and reduced the amount of damage we took. So that was something that benefited us. Thank you, Singularity. Coming by to clean up. Let us watch our good friend Singularity. Thank you, good friend. And I do thank you all for stopping by.